Here's my man, DJ BSec.
Yo, welcome to Jaw
Hold on,
Jackin.
let me kill the music here. Go ahead and get an audio check on DJ BSec.
I was gonna say, welcome to Jaw Jacking.
I love it. I love it. All right, mod team and Simply Cyber community, make sure that the audio levels are good. BSec, how's your week been, bud?
Like every other week, it's been busy.
Yeah, right.
We're going nuts. In fact, actually, as soon as we get done with this, I got to go run and go to a site because I'm putting in a new line.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And for those who don't know, I don't know if you made this public. I mean, not that I'm like doxing you right now, but BSec actually recently built like an entire like stack, a network rack stack in his house, and then like he just goes and like drops it on a site fully configured, optimizing the level of pain for himself in the future.
Yeah,
or reducing pain, right?
I can actually I'll show you real quick.
All right, let's do it. Full screen DJ BSec.
We can switch my camera over here.
Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. You're getting a real time right now.
It was all down here, but it has now gone away. We've already dumped it and put it in place. So
awesome. There you go, people. That's what it looks like. Plus, you're getting a good look at BSec's stream. All right. BSec, I got a question for you. Yeah. As one of the mod teams, what do you think of the new format or
I love it.
Oh,
I do.
okay.
I do think I went through some of the voices, and maybe that's something we should do. Maybe we should go through the voices and get a poll up.
Okay, yeah. Can you do it? Because I can't. Like if I try to route through I can't route music. It would be a mess.
Yeah. I was messing with it, and it told me I could only do so many. I have to sign up. So let me sign up real quick, and then maybe we can go through and.
Yeah, the free tier is actually pretty feature rich. It just they're so tricky with the audio.
Plus, I was just going through the like different Clyde and Callum, and Callum actually sounds kind of cool. It sounds like a little hacker.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's see.
DJ BSec is super dope. Space Tacos, agreed. While he's getting that up, I'm going to answer some questions while you're getting it up. Just let me know when you're ready. Jazzy Jazz says, like your setup, BSec, do you have a standing desk? What kind of desk? That was nice.
Yes, I do have a standing desk. This desk actually used to be the CEO's for the company or the owner of the company, but then we shut down our offices and he didn't want it, so I brought it home.
Nice.
He gave it to me, he said, take it home. But okay.
I love it. Kayla Sturgeon, audio issues, never, Jerry. That's funny. Yeah, I love it. Hey, that's another cool thing about being part of like IT or cyber. Like cyber and IT too, like we cross-cut the entire organization. So you're never siloed like in the marketing department, which means you build relationships with everybody, which means when there's like, you know, things that can be given away or acquired, you're well aware of them. Like very much like printers or nice chairs.
Right? All right, here we go. I got Callum up. Let's see if everybody can hear this. Let me know if you can't. Was that low?
I don't hear anything.
Oh, you do? Oh, you know why?
We actually have a request in mod chat. Considering having so you can train 11 labs on any voice you want. There is plenty of content out there of John Strand's voice.
Oh, that'd be funny.
So we might be able to do that. I hear an echo in my ear, but that's fine. I don't need to talk. Go ahead and play.
Oh, you hear an echo because I hit up the system. So here we go.
Welcome to the Daily Cyber Brief News Podcast.
Ooh, that is nice. Turn that up a little bit, but that is, I think you may have nailed it.
That's Callum.
I like Callum, guys. Oh, really quickly, Cassandra Word says, why is Exchange on-prem bad? Cassandra, there is multiple vulnerabilities that have been exploited quite quickly. Exchange on-prem is like a dumpster fire. BSec, you want to spend 15 seconds on Exchange on-prem?
Yeah, Exchange on-prem, rip it out and move it to 365. Done. It is a dumpster fire. What was it, a year ago? 2 years ago? When the FBI decided to just get into everybody's Exchange and fix it for them?
Yeah, I forgot about that. The FBI just auto patched people's machines. All right, let's go ahead and can you get Callum again? Volume up, guys. Chat, listen. This is so good.
All right, let me try and see how high we can get. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the Daily Cyber Brief News Podcast.
I like that.
That's Callum. That was I went through about 6 or 7 of them before it told me I had to sign up, and that's the one that I think may sound the best when it comes to doing everything.
I like it. So we could do Callum. I mean, I'll do Callum tomorrow. Is tomorrow? Yeah, we have. I almost said class. We have streams tomorrow. So, yeah, we could do Callum and explore. I mean, like, dude, the list has like 30 names. So it was all over the place. I did see Callum.
I like what Cassidy Joseph just said. If you're running Exchange on-prem, dual boot a Metasploit instance, internet facing too, it's the same effect.
Oh my God. That's really funny. Metasploit, for those who don't know, Metasploitable is an intentionally super vulnerable ISO VM designed for practicing pen testing, specifically around Metasploit. But we have a request here. John currently has the baton, the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. So if you would like to take on the challenge, please raise your hand and let us know. I'm telling you, it's an amazing opportunity to blow up your professional network. So I posted on social media, on YouTube yesterday, a screenshot of the new podcast, right? Like, hey, right. It's coming. But there's audio issues, and I only dropped it on social media just to tease out that this morning's threat brief was going to have this new approach. And someone listened to it immediately and was like, the audio is all janky. I'm like, oh.
I like, who said this? Somebody just said, Crod 9854, we need to get Jack from Darknet Diaries to read it.
That would be cool. I can certainly ask.
Just take his voice and put it in there.
Well, I would ask. I'm a big fan of asking. You know what I mean? I don't like, this is how Jack finds out.
Yeah. I come on your show and you use my voice.
Yeah, that would be a gross violation. But I'll message him.
That would be pretty funny. That's kind of it's almost like a trademark, though.
What, his voice?
Yeah.
I agree.
It's pretty recognizable.
Yeah, his voice. Like, even when he came on my stream and like didn't have his voice on, it was like wild hearing it.
Considering that he never shows his face when he's on.
Yep.
It's all about his voice, so that's almost like his one thing. So
yeah, a lot of people liking Jack's voice. I'll message him and I'll tell him it's very low pressure. Like, you know, is this something you'd be into?
He's gonna be like, my voice?
Yeah, my voice.
He's gonna be he's too humble of a guy. I'll be like, I don't even know why y'all want my voice.
Yeah, sorry, I know it's creepy. like Jen Easterly, get her voice.
Oh, gee.
Just kidding.
That would be pretty funny. Just random. On Mondays, it's Jen Easterly. On Tuesdays, it's Jack.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays, it's John Strand.
Well, hey, you know what? If it's easy enough, so just so everyone knows, just so everyone knows, it's all manual right now. But the idea, just like every good network engineer or Linux admin, the idea is you work out the workflow manually and then you automate everything. So, Darkest Dungeon, I don't know that one. Jenna Power says, "Hey, I missed the info about the free SOC class with John. Let me show that really quickly on stream, and I'll get you what you need." All right, let me share this really quickly. Jenna, is it Jenna Powers? Yeah, Jenna Powers. By the way, boss last name. I think Powers is so cool.
Like, all right, Austin Powers?
Yeah, well, yeah. Max Powers, like when Homer Simpson had like a really cool name. So Jenna, if you go to anti-training.com and look, there's 2 classes coming up. There is Active Defense and Cyber Deception, which is how to, that is a SOC analyst type class, but very, very cool. This is next Monday. Go to anti-training.com to get that. And then 2 weeks from today, so May 20th, John is doing the SOC Core Skills course. Again, both of those courses can be taken for $0. John Strand is a legend level, professional in the industry as well as an instructor. So you will absolutely giddy up on that. Hold on, let me change this. Okay, there we go.
Now this one's funny. Samuel Jackson for May 4th.
Oh my God. That would be really cool. Of course, there'd be like, sorry, Kennedy all over the place. My voice is my password. Oh my God, what movie is that from? Is that Mission Impossible? I think it is, like Mission Impossible 2. How do you know if cybersecurity is meant for you? Ooh, that's a good one. You want to take it first? You want me to?
To me, I think it's passion. It's something that you want to do. Just like, how do you think? How is anything for you? You're interested in it.
I would agree. If you wake up, I mean, not every day is awesome. Okay, like just to be real, not every day is awesome. But if you are like, here's the easiest way that I would say it, because this has happened to me once in my career. If it is Sunday, like Sunday morning, and you're already feeling dread that tomorrow is Monday and you have to go to work or you have to go do that thing, it's not for you. You just got to be honest, you know?
And if it's Saturday or Sunday and it's the opposite, then it is for you.
True.
Because I mean, there are times it's Friday, it's late at night, and I'm like, man, I really need to go do this. And it's not that I need to go do this. It's like, yes, I need to do it, but I want to do it and get it done right now.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm going to go do it now and make sure this all works. That's like yesterday, we're testing new VPN stuff for Speedwise. I'm like, when I get back to the house, I'm just going to do it. And I sat down for an hour and a half, set it all up. I had issues with drop packets and pings and changed some stuff around. And I'm like, man, now it's quick. Now go test it. But that's stuff that you want to get done. You have a passion to make sure that it's done and it's done right.
100%. Right there with you. So true. Like, I mean, again, like I'm super biased because like I love cybersecurity, every element, every aspect of it. But like, if you find I don't know, like I subscribe, I get newsletters, I have different Telegram channels. Like I'm all, I just get like rained on with cyber because I love it.
So think about it as like when you were a kid and your parents made you go play baseball. And were you the kid that loved to go play baseball, or were you a kid that was like, I really don't care to be here. I'd rather go be doing something else. That shows that the passion is there or it's not. That's what we're talking about. So when it comes to security or anything, not just security, anything in life, if you don't have a passion for it, don't force yourself to go do it.
Yep. I would say that in my opinion, lifelong learners, people who are proactive, take initiative, self-motivated, they typically perform better in cybersecurity. Doesn't mean that you can't be successful if you don't have those attributes. I'm just pointing out that those are some attributes I've seen.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with the lifelong learner, because I don't think there's ever a day where I'm not sitting down learning something new or looking to learn something new. Even 100%. If it's just, hey, I'm coming in and I want to do X, and I don't want to, like, for instance, I want to go update every single person in Azure AD, and I just want to change an attribute, but I don't want to click on every single person. So how am I going to do that? How can I write a script? You're learning how to write something so you can automate it and do stuff. It's all day long.
Automation for the win. That's another thing. People say like, oh, do I have to know how to program to work in cyber? You don't, but definitely I will say now. It can help. Yeah, not now. I mean, obviously there's SaaS platforms and
with Chat GPT and everything, you don't. And so this is what I've been telling people that have asked, like, do I need to program, or do I need to know scripting? Do I need to know, Bash or any of that? You don't need to know how to write it. You can use Chat GPT to get you the script. I think Joseph and I actually talked about this. You can get Chat GPT to write you the script, but you have to be able to read the script and know what the hell it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just take the script and throw it in and go, hey, it's going to work because you could blow something up. But you have to be able to understand what that for loop is doing, what the script is actually doing in itself, and then go in and manipulate it. You have to be able to manipulate the scripts, not necessarily write them in full.
Agreed, 100%. Sigon, so really quickly, Stefan Sunov asked a question. Stefan, I dropped 2 links and explained how to use them in chat. Segun Ayudel says it's advisable to reach out to a company that's delaying releasing an offer letter. I got called last week that they'll love to move forward with me, and we agreed on a salary this week, Monday. So I'm going to qualify that as a breaking into cyber job, which unlocks the wrecking ball. I came in like a wrecking ball. Nice job, Segun. Straight crushing it, homie. Love it, love it, love it. All right.
I agree
What are the
with
fair
FedEx
controls?
too. You need to know how to Google an answer.
Yeah, for sure. Chris Whitlock, what are the fair controls and how is it implemented? So, Chris, fair, I wouldn't call them fair controls. If fair is, as far as, you know, when I see the word fair, all capitals, what I think of is fair, the risk assessment methodology that attempts to be semi-quantitative. Without going wicked deep on this, risk assessment as a capability is typically qualitative, meaning a heat map, or like, you know, it's not quantitative. It's difficult to take action. It's difficult to inform. So you just say like, this is really bad. That's why CVSS scores are like critical, high, whatever. But there's a little subjectivity to it. Fair attempts to give you a range of percentage of likelihood of a situation happening and a range of cost of that experience being actualized. It's a very cool methodology. It's a bit more involved. The fair people will give you, like, I'm pretty sure they'll give you the book to do it. It is a methodology that does you can do a 837 risk assessment, or 830 NIST 830 is the risk assessment process. You can do that on like your home network and stuff, and your home business and your home, you know, your family end users and all that, and get the qualitative outputs. With FAIR, you really can't do that on your home because you actually need to understand like business impact and financials and all that. And you're absolutely required to engage with the business side when you do a FAIR assessment. But I will tell you that it is awesome. FAIR is awesome. Hopefully that helps, Chris. Okay.
Flakinator wants Flavor Flay to be the voice.
Oh my God. Maybe we'll settle on like Callum. By the way, I saw Cyber Eddie say, if you guys don't use Callum, then I'd like to use it for a project. Dude, Cyber Eddie, go YOLO. We can all use Callum. Callum can be the unofficial, you know, Simply Cyber community AI, you know, whatever. But I'm thinking maybe we do Callum Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is like guest voice of the week. And it'll be like a reason to tune in on Fridays. I know the college kids, they blow off Fridays because they're all, you know, not awake by the time the show starts. But that could be something we do, right? That way it makes it easy for automation, and then we could have it randomly select a random voice on Fridays.
We could really go YOLO with this because we could look through the voices and see what has like an accent that could be done on Wednesdays for Worldwide Wednesday.
Ooh, okay. I see you.
Because there were some English accents in there, so you could throw an English accent in there, maybe a French or something. I don't know. Maybe
we could do a South American accent and then qualify that South America was in chat.
Or an Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. Although Freaky Bob's been here on the regular, so Freaky Bob's bringing the entire Australian continent online. I love it. I wish there was an infographic in today's stories. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, BSEC carved out the new sounder for the soundboard, and it is just divine. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't want to make it too long.
No.
We didn't.
Oh my God, D-Crash, get Macho Man Randy Savage doing the news. Oh, yeah, there's a breach. Oh, yeah. We shouldn't have this much fun with digital voices, buddy.
Yeah, you can be oh yeah, snap into cyber.
PY says he has an interview, or They have an interview with a hiring manager today for a regulatory assessment role. Please, what areas of questioning you think I should focus on? Oof. I guess, regulatory assessment. I mean, I guess what questions should you think you should focus on, like on answering? I guess be familiar with the regulatory framework, be familiar with like whatever industry that business is in. Be able to talk through like an audit workflow, like not workflow, but like an audit project from pre-assessment, on-site assessment, post-assessment, reporting and briefing out. You should understand the entire workflow. And PY, I actually have a video on my channel called like everything risk assessment, and this is how you do it, or something like that. I'll pull it up while we're talking, but you should understand the entire workflow. I think that's probably the best valuable thing you could just whip out at a interview.
And definitely know the industry. Are they, when we're talking about regulatory, are we talking about PCI? Are we talking about HIPAA? I mean, what regulatory are we doing? Really know that. That's what I would do.
Definitely. All right, I'm looking for this video. I got the video. I'm just trying to figure out how to get the stupid link.
I see Space Tacos is saying congratulations to Moshi Levy. And I'm trying
Moshi Levy, regular hashtag SC, Team SC. I love it.
Know what we're trying to find why we're congratulating.
Moshi Levy is was the rabbi to cyber, or
got a new
religious leader
job
to
recently
cyber.
as a data analyst. There you go.
There it is. Way to go, Moshi. Oh yeah, Tal B in the house with a super chat. Thanks so much for the super chat.
We just become best friends. Yep.
All right, so hey, really quickly, let me share my screen. This is the YouTube video. I just put a new thumbnail on it yesterday, actually, coincidentally. I'm gonna drop a link in chat, and this is an older video, so you could see I'm back out of the studio. I look young. Young Jerry.
Is that in the like the kitchen?
That's the guest bedroom. This was like very early where I didn't even have a desk. Jesus. Like back in the day, like you guys have no idea. Like back in the day, BSEC, I used to who had that question? Was it PY? Yeah, PY. PY, I just dropped the link to that video. Back in the day, I used to have like one camera on a tripod, and I would like go up into the guest bedroom, and I would like set up the camera, set up everything, record, break down the whole thing. It was a whole thing. Trust me, you don't do that for very long before you set up a permanent situation.
I saw that video, and I saw the red shirt, and it reminded me of the GIF I made.
Oh yeah,
Jerry in the red shirt.
It is the same shirt.
Same shirt.
If you didn't know, let me go ahead and share this on stream. There's what I would call famous GIF.
That was like
this
2
is
or 3
June
years
20,
ago.
I think this is June 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
This was with Neil.
Yeah, this is live on Neil Bridges' stream. This was definitely June. I think it was June 2020. And oh yeah. This is Neil painting me into a corner on third-party risk and it not being real. Which is why whenever there's a third-party risk story in the news, I say, somebody get Neil Bridges on the phone. Like this event right here you're looking at is why I say that on stream every time.
And then I think we spent like 2 hours after that in Discord screaming over third party.
Yeah. Like dude, just this
just keep in the middle.
Just leave this. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that's classic. It's classic. It's all about good times here, y'all. If you're hiring manager and you're a pen tester. Oh wait, if you're a hiring manager and you're hiring a pen tester, you have two choices. Same experience. One has OSCP and one has PNT. Which one are you hiring? Okay, for me, PNPT, because my understanding, okay, I don't, I'm not a pen tester. I don't even play one on TV. OSCP has recently introduced Active Directory, but OSCP is basically like a really hard CTF. Like, can you pop these boxes? PNPT actually takes you through what a pen tester does for a job. So it is, getting an engagement, rules of engagement, scoping, executing the work, reporting and out briefing the client, which is what, a pen tester needs to do, which is why it's called the practical network penetration testing certification. So for me, PNPT all day long.
All right, here we go. We got one. What cyber roles would you recommend for someone who feels like working on a team environment, communication and explaining, meditating things? Oh, mediating things. Mediating things is a natural gift to explore. I mean, on a team right away, I hear SOC.
Yeah, I would think that's a SOC role. It depends on, GRC, you will be explaining a lot to the business. So, if you're good at mediating and managing and, breaking down complicated things and making it easy to understand, GRC could be your cup of tea.
And that's a lot of communication as well.
Yeah, a lot of communication. But I will say that you will only work on a team in GRC if you are a large organization.
Doing
smaller,
audits.
Even mid-sized organizations, it's a one-person. GRC is like one person,
Well, it depending on what you consider team, right? Because you could still be doing everything yourself and then dealing with every single individual of every single department on what their GRC plan is. So that could be a team. But you're doing a lot of communication.
100%. Like that. You want to be the voice of information security. Like with GRC, you're doing it right if people are calling you about problems, not you finding them and then calling them.
Then maybe I'm doing something right then.
Oh yeah, you get your phone blow up. I love it.
Every day my phone blows up.
I love it. I agree.
So and so did this. Somebody's doing that. I'm like, come on, people.
You're like, I know.
Yeah, I can see already. It. We have this thing called an alert that happens every time y'all do something.
I love it. Cybercycle says, do you think the CSSLP is worth it? Perhaps as complementing a bookend for GRC cert. This is the basically CISSP for law or legal. Personally, no. I mean, it's fine. If your employer's going to pay for it, go for it. I haven't seen in my career anyone ever ask for it. When you deal with legal, personally, everything in my life when I've dealt with legal, they're almost like peers where like they're not really asking you to like explain the legal part to them. It's more like you're interfacing with them and you understand the cyber part and they understand the legal part. So plus legal law is very, very dicey. You don't want to be given legal advice if you're not a lawyer.
So CISSP LP is for lawyers.
No,
that then have
my understanding is it's like it's looking at the legal things in information security. So you're more well versed on like we don't ever call it a breach, right? Until
right.
Yeah, like it's things like that. Although they probably don't advise that in the in that exam, but you know what I mean. In practice, that's the reality. Let me pull up. Oh no, actually, what a donkey. This is so they used to have. I'm sorry. I just fact checked myself.
Pivot.
Yeah, I just fact checked myself. Here we go. I'm gonna own this one.
I was gonna say.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
I am really dumb. So this is actually the certified secure software lifecycle Pro. So they used to have a legal one. I'm looking right now to see if they still have it. They must have gotten rid of it. Those tricky people. But anyways, so certified secure software lifecycle professional. Honestly, if you work in big tech, if you work in a DevOps shop, this is absolutely massive value. I would absolutely recommend this if you work in big tech or a DevOps shop.
Yeah, 100% DevOps. If you're doing software, anything software-wise, that's huge.
Yeah. Plus, it's going to give you the knowledge and the language to be able to talk to the developers. Because like developers are like an offshoot of IT people. Like they don't want to hear it if you don't know what you're talking about. Like they're like, oh my God, like you are so dumb, right? I mean,
you are so dumb.
Like that's what developers say because you're like impeding their ability to like innovate. So you need to know what's up.
It's a it's a fine line with developers.
Ooh, Glum Hippo with a really good question. Try Hack Me or Hack the Box. That's a
Hack the
good one.
Box is I would say try Hack Me is like your beginner level. Hack the
Yeah.
Box is above it.
I would agree.
If
I would
you haven't
agree.
done anything, go to try Hack Me first.
I
don't
like
know,
Try
does
Hack
the
Me's
Box still-
interface. I like how Try Hack Me makes it the task, so it's very
Yeah.
like, nice. But Hack the Box is
It's
like,
a walkthrough. Does Hack the Box? Do you still have to hack the website to get into Hack the Box?
no. They have since adjusted that. They must so Hack the Box is out of Europe, and they got an A load. And I don't know all the details, but they got an A load of investment money. So now people who are not hackers are making business decisions.
No.
And I think they quickly saw like, hey, why don't we have so many signups? And they're like, oh, because you have to have a minimum level of security to even register an account. And they're like, no, we're not doing that.
I actually had my son. So my son and I did it. I had him. This was like 3 years ago. So he would have been 12, 13.
Yep.
But I put him on it, and then I got on a computer, and we tried to see who could get in there faster. To get into
very
Hack the
cool.
Box. It was fun. I mean, it's fun, and he learned some stuff. But yeah, Hack the Box was it was a more strenuous back in the day, for sure.
I do like that Hack the Box is like dark mode by default. Like again, I have a really odd I give a lot of credit to dark mode. Like it's borderline.
Well, and if you're doing a stream and you don't have dark mode, then you get washed out by your monitors.
Yeah. 100%. I'm just looking at my schedule right now. Oh, I'm being interviewed at 10 a.m. for a podcast led by Clemson CISO and good friend John Hoyt. So if John Hoyt is in chat, I'm super excited to come on your show a little bit later.
All right, let's see what this one is. You're hiring a pen tester. One candidate has a master's degree in cybersec, while the other has OSCP or PNPT. Who are you hiring? Neither have experience. Neither have experience.
Well, the PNPT person has experience.
I mean, yeah, to do OSCP or PNPT, you have to have some type of experience. You've proven yourself. The only kickback I have about degrees and like masters and stuff is whether or not you were doing something prior to, or was it just straight school? You're gonna learn throughout your associates, your bachelors, your masters, but have you ever done anything in practice? That's my only take with that.
Yeah, I would agree. So Moshi's question is kind of loaded because you're kind of saying that the master security person doesn't have any experience. So like, here's the thing. I'll tell this to everybody, right? Like, if you get a degree, an advanced degree, like, congratulations, it's awesome. Like, that's not easy to achieve, but make sure that don't just have it as a line item, like master cybersecurity. Like, you need to capture in your resume and in your online profile or your portfolio, you need to capture what skills you developed in that program. That's more valuable than having the degree. Okay. And this is coming from a guy with 4 degrees. I'm telling you right now, the way hiring managers evaluate, it's like, oh, they got a master's. Cool. Like what can they do? What can they do? I will say, like, for me personally, again, because I've lived it, I know like when you get a master's degree or bachelor's or whatever, like you're actually getting exposed to a wide swath of the industry, which gives you perspective, right? Like that's another cool thing about cybersecurity. You could work as a pen tester for years and pivot into SOC, which might not seem like a natural pivot, but in reality, you're going to be a great SOC analyst because you know exactly what rocks to look under because you used to hide under those rocks yourself.
The other thing I would say is if you have two candidates and somebody's coming in with a PNPT or OSCP, and then the other person's coming in with a master's, as a hiring manager, you almost look at it and go, the person coming in with a master's isn't necessarily one that's going to want to put their hands on the keyboard. They're going to want to be a top level person, not somebody that's going to be on a daily grind. And that might not be true, but mentally you're thinking that.
Yeah, I would agree. Plus, like, I mean, it depends what the role is, right? If it's just professional services, person's living on an airplane in Marriott hotels, PNPT, because I mean, you can monetize them immediately, right? Like you're hiring them. So let's be real about it, right? If you're hiring someone, you're making their salary plus X in revenue. So you can deploy that quickly. I will say with a master's degree, you should be able to get up to speed on the PNPT quickly because you learn. Here's one thing that another like hot take I have. Like when you go through a bachelor's degree, you learn how to learn. When you get a master's degree, you learn. But having learned how to learn enables you to be able to pick up new skills quicker because you understand how to learn. You understand how to take notes that work for your mind. You understand how to reference things, right? So there is something to be said about that for a higher ed. Like if you take it seriously, if you're just going to college to get hammered and like, like delay life for 4 years while you don't want to become an adult, that's different. But if you're there for those reasons, you will learn how to learn, and that will be a very valuable skill in your career.
Oh, and when you see somebody with higher ed, then you know they have bigger goals, bigger aspirations.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, for me, that's what I see. I see somebody. That doesn't mean that somebody with PNPT or OSCP doesn't have big aspirations, because that's a huge cert to get as it is. But you see somebody with a master's in something or a doctorate in something, they have bigger aspirations than being the guy over in the cubicle hammering a keyboard.
Yeah. I haven't gotten ravaged about my degrees in a while. I feel it's been a minute since I talked to Neil though. So Christina Palika saying she thinks that's a rough reality a lot of her fellow master graduates friends have run into. Even though they wanted to be in the weeds, they were kind of being blankly labeled as, oh, you don't want to be in the weeds. So I guess to that point, maybe if you are a master's recipient and you want to work in the weeds, you really should have more technical elements on your resume indicating like, oh, like, this is what I do. I roll the sleeves up, right? I got the sleeves rolled up today. I'm an engineer today. So just, that's a very specific piece of advice for those.
I would also say if you have that, if you have a master's and you're wanting to go into the weeds because you want to learn and then move up, it's all about how you present yourself in the interview too. Like, don't walk into the interview with with your nose up because you've got a master's or whatnot.
Oh yeah, no.
But walk in and say, this is the reason why I want this job. Yes, I understand I've got a master's, but I need to understand how SOC works. I need to understand how how the red teamings work. I want to learn everything below before I move up, because they'll look at it and be like, okay, well, if I hire you, where do you expect to be in 1 year? Where do you expect to be in 2 years? Do I expect you to be gone? Because I want this person to be here for 3 years. And with your higher education, I would assume that you want to move fast. So it's all about the interview. Oh, the light of Sauron has come in.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Do you remember when I first started streaming in the studio the first day? I didn't have blinds, and it looked like I was coming to you live from the surface of the sun. So Hacksauce has a good one. We're doing a lot of offensive security talk today. Hacksauce has been a welder for 20 years, has the PJPT, looking to take the PNPT next month. Will that be enough to land a job? So I will say there are jobs that are out there. Penetration testing, in my opinion, is the hardest of all the roles in our industry to get work on or get a job, just because there's fewer opportunities. That doesn't mean you can't get it, Hacksauce. What I would say is, yes, it's enough to get a job because employers are putting PNPT on their resumes. But what I would say is do everything you can, especially because you're going to be interviewing or basically debriefing the TCM Academy team as part of the PNPT process. Take everything seriously. You never know who's watching, right? And people network. You got to network.
Say that every day.
Heck yeah. Ooh, Devoni N negotiated a higher salary with it. I don't know what it is. Maybe Chat GPT or something. Oh. Devoni got a master's and was able to get a larger salary because of it. So nice on that. Get that money. BSEC, I got a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
So again, I don't want, specific details and stuff, but There's two schools of thought. One is pivot every couple years for companies in order to get experience, to get promotion, to get more salary. And then there is the gold watch. You work for somewhere for 20 years or whatever and kind of grind up that way. Now, I know you've been at the same company for some time, and I was
17. I think 17.
Yeah, 17 years. So, and personally, I worked for the same company for like 5 years and 6 years. And then recently I was like, quickly pivoting around. So what are your thoughts to people around long-term commitment to one organization versus the two, I feel like 2 years and then jumping is kind of the standard norm here.
So I actually did both. When I started off, that's how I did, or that's what I did. So I was help desk, and so when I started off, I worked at a company that was just a ton of different help desks, and you were on the help desk A for a couple of months, and that was all about working with the company doing Microsoft Office suite, and then you jumped over to this one that was doing switches and routing, and then so you got a lot within that, and you got a lot of experience depending on what tier you were and so forth. And then I moved up throughout the ranks, and then once I got to this and had a family and everything, I'm like, I need to settle down. I don't want to be bouncing around. I want something secure. So if you, to me, if you have the ability to jump around and do it, and you're not tied down to needing to have a specific salary or so forth, go for it, because you're going to learn a lot. Each company is different in the way they work. You're just going to you'll get experience from company A and then company B. And then when you hit to C, then you'll know what A and B were doing, and you can implement that stuff. The other way around is when you get into a company and you're there for a long time, some people get complacent and they're just there and it's a daily grind. Others look at it as something new every single day. And in my position, when I was hired at my position, I was hired as basically the jack of all trades, the only person here. We've since grown, but I did everything under the sun. Still do, but we've grown to where we've got other people within the IT department that can do other things, so I can do bigger projects and so forth. So it's both are good. There's not one that's bad for me. I think in the beginning, jumping around is good. Because you learn a lot more, for sure.
100%, and
because
make sure
when you're at one company, I would say you are stuck in the ways of that specific company, right? Unless you are somebody that is driven to bring change and have the ability to communicate that change and get that change done, you're going to be stuck in the way of the company unless you have moved up high enough in the company to make change happen.
I like it. Thank you, BSEC, for that. Logan Fuller over on LinkedIn got a big announcement. Accepted a position as an IT auditor at NC State University. Go Wolves, right? Wolfpack. Excited beyond and grateful to the whole team. Thank you, and congratulations, Logan. Straight crushing it, this guy. All right. Looks like we're right at time, BSEC.
We got some crisscross in here. Daddy Mac's going to make you jump, apparently. Jump from job to job.
That's so funny. Quick questions here. John asking my favorite coffee brand. I know it's a little played out like Welcome Back Kotter, but I like Starbucks. Like, I know it's cheaper bean, but it's consistent. You can get it all over the place. Their French roast is, chef's kiss. You drink coffee, BSEC, or you're a tea guy, aren't
you? I drink. I mean, we're in the South, so I definitely drink tea. Yeah, I'm not a coffee, beer. The bitter? It's just not for me.
Oh my God, you're missing out.
I'm straight liquor. I'm bourbon.
like if you see the BSEC with a coffee cup, it's full of bourbon.
Yeah, it might look like tea.
That's so funny.
And you'll learn when you're in security. That's what's in your cup.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that's gonna do it for stream. Any final thoughts, BSEC, you want to share with community before we boogie?
No, I think we did. I think this morning was great. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe we get Callum in here. And
I think we'll do Callum tomorrow. Yeah, for sure.
I'm glad to see that we're moving in that direction, and we'll get a whole bunch of cyber stories. And
yeah, the train has left the station, but like trains leaving stations, it starts off kind of slow. This isn't like a maglev train that just leaves at 80 miles an hour.
It's not a bullet train.
Yeah,
we're on a steam train. We're all shoveling coal in that thing. Trying to
yeah,
get it to
exactly.
move.
That's welcome to cybersecurity.
Yeah.
So we'll do Callum tomorrow. I'll probably set up a Google sheet or something for news stories to get dropped in, just to make that a little bit more manageable and to help with the automation. Because I think I'm going to have a API pull from a Google sheet. And anyways, that's internal, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all so very much. Community, thanks for all the super chats at the beginning of the stream. I'm going to go register 11 Labs right now and get that sorted out. And Callum, look for Callum tomorrow. Might even, if Callum gets stuck, I really think that'll turn into like a whole Simply Cyber meme. You know what I mean? Like we'll have to like mid-journey a face for him and everything.
Yeah, I think it's, if you listen to it, I think it's got that like Scottish, Irish kind of vibe to it. So maybe we'll have something with a kilt on.
Oh no, yeah. Well, also, so I will message Jack and I'll just ask him if he would be interested in that. He probably won't be, honestly, since his voice is like part of his brand. But we'll go from there. We didn't get anyone with the baton, so we need someone with a baton. Hey, Logan Fuller, you just accepted that job to NC State. Would you like to take the baton and just kind of share your story of your transition, your pivot? Because I think that could be really inspiring for people. Let us know in chat. If not, John, we'll get it sorted out one way or the other. Okay. All right, because we're on a 20-second delay, BSEC.
Yeah.
We live in the future.
Yeah. No, I know. When we do AV checks and then I pop in and then I come over here, I've already heard what you said.
I know. All right, guys, be good, everyone. Until next time, we'll be tomorrow. Actually, I'm sorry. Hold on. We have two things to share with you. One, remember, if you go to simplycyber.io, just the main website, simplycyber.io, and scroll to the bottom, you'll see the calendar of events. I just want to remind everybody that today is Thursday, May 9th. So at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to have Simply Cyber live. We're actually welcoming the United States Cyber team, 3 members from the team, 2 athletes and 1 coach. And then if you're studying for Security Plus, do not sleep on this. 7 p.m. tonight, Jesse Johnson and the crew with Slay Security Plus are going to be going live. He's going to have a special guest, very special guest tonight. So definitely check that out. And remember, on the simplycyber.io webpage, the calendar, there will have links to where to go. So if you're not sure what's going on or how to access those things, look at the calendar invite. This is, again, just another service that we, as a team at Simply Cyber, have put together just to make it easy for everybody to take advantage of all these resources. And then, of course, tomorrow at 8 a.m., me, BSEC, Eric, Justin, Casually Joseph, the mod team, and Callum will be back delivering hot takes on the news. All right. You got something to trade here or share?
No, I'm good.
Okay. It looked like you shared your screen. That's why I asked.
Oh, I don't know why that happened.
Oh, all right. I see. No problem. I see your note. All right. Hey, thanks, everybody. And until next time, stay secure. I hope you enjoyed the Jaw Jacking. Be sure to check out the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Briefing happening every single weekday morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., where you can get the top cybersecurity news stories of the day, network with other professionals, and then stay for the Jaw Jacking just like you saw. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. See you in the next one.